Okay, is everyone ready down there? Okay, everyone ready up here?
Aussie, but
Yep.
Whenever you're ready. Is it Aussie British?
Aspen's gonna be great. It'll be great.
It's a criminal
Okay,
British.
is camera one good? Katie, do you think camera one looks good? Okay. Yeah.
It's
Okay.
How much we can do now?
Yeah. We've got 15 seconds.
I think everyone's mic looks good. Okay. So we have about 10 seconds. Let's fix one really quick. Make sure they have the same amount of headroom.
Alright.
Keep an eye on 3. Mic 3.
Shall do.
If it goes
Right,
out.
it's 7.
Okay. So, okay, we'll start in a few seconds.
I'll tell you when you give me back power, okay?
Cool. Sounds good, thank you.
Give her just like the tiniest bit less of headroom. Okay, I think we're good. Okay, let's get started. Okay, everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
And then you're ready back at the top. Yep, so you have, are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so let's take pre-show in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take pre-show.
Tonight on CTV, a third bank has been robbed in Fort Collins this past month, and an update on the results of the ASCSU election.
Okay.
And a rundown of the Doug Max Invitational and how pigeons are being used as a form of communication.
All that and more on CTV starting now.
Quick, can you turn the down?
Okay, 3, 2,
Oh,
1.
thanks.
Okay, going to camera 2.
Good evening, Rams.
Okay, ready?
I'm Ren
One.
Wadsworth.
And I'm Robbie Patla.
Take 1.
I thought it was supposed to be
Okay, ready?
Our top
the
story
negative
tonight.
12
First
range.
Bank on College
Yeah,
Avenue
it
adds to the
changes.
list of
It's
banks that have
started.
experienced attempted robberies in the last month.
Take it.
First Bank was robbed around 3 in the afternoon on the 21st of March, and according to police, a man entered the bank, indicated he had a gun, and demanded cash from the tellers.
Do you know what
The man then
there
fled
is?
the location with an undisclosed amount of money.
Ask-
Police say the suspect
Do you
is
know
around
what
5'2"
there is?
with tattoos on his wrists and hands,
it
and
was
no
just covering
employees
the
or
courtesy.
customers were
Ready?
injured during the
3.
incident. This is the third bank robbery
I should've
reported in
extended
Fort
that,
Collins
that's
in the
fine.
month, and CTV will continue to update you on this issue as the investigation progresses.
Take 3.
A former Colorado youth basketball coach has been charged with sexual assault of a minor. Terrell Hughes, former
Okay, so there's
coach at Integrity
nothing
Sports
for this,
Arena
we'll go
in
to camera
Windsor,
1
was
after
charged with
this.
sexual assault on a child in position of trust. Possession of a sexually exploitative material of a child, and sexual contact without consent. Following these allegations, which began in January, Hughes was arrested and fired from his position on March 13th. Hughes was released from Larimer County Jail on a $50,000 bond on April 1st and is scheduled to appear in court today on April 6th.
Okay, take 1. Get camera 3 on.
3 employees at 2 long-term elderly care facilities in Fort Collins have
Okay,
tested
and then
positive for
ready for number 2?
coronavirus. This comes weeks after the workers had been fully vaccinated against the virus.
Good job,
2 others of their co-workers tested positive in between their first and second doses and were all asymptomatic and identified through weekly
Okay, so
testing.
we'll come to camera 2.
However,
They'll have a
Larimer
short
County
ad.
health officials say that the newly identified cases should be considered breakout cases and are not a cause for concern about the efficiency of the vaccine. In total, 2 employees from Brookdale, Fort Collins Memory Care, and 4 at LeMay Avenue Health and Rehabilitation have tested positive this week. Additionally, 12 other outbreaks have occurred within the week. Samples from 5 of the cases have been sent to the state for further testing in the hopes to identify if their workers were infected with a variant of coronavirus.
Take 2.
You know, I actually haven't gotten a chance to get the new virus, even though it is available to the public now. How about you, Robbie?
Yeah, I'm
Just
gonna
let
fix
it
it myself,
expire.
however, it is on my agenda. And speaking of this,
Okay,
we will
ready,
now
3?
head over to Sarah Fowler live in the studio, who will give us a rundown on the new phase of coronavirus vaccinations. Sarah?
Take 3.
Thanks, Robbie. On April
Okay, ready,
2nd,
A?
COVID-19 vaccines entered into a new phase.
Yeah.
It allows everyone in the general public to get their COVID-19 vaccine through appointment only. Many COVID-19 vaccine locations are allowing people who volunteer for 2 shifts to get their vaccine right away, including the ranch located in Loveland.
Okay, take it.
Larimer County has many vaccine sites available, including King Soopers and Walmarts in the area.
that range?
Movie Arena, located on
Is that
Colorado
quiet?
State's campus,
No,
also
it's-
began giving out vaccines through appointments
Okay,
on
opening
April
back to
5th.
5.
All 3 vaccines, Pfizer, Moderna, and Johnson & Johnson, are available at most vaccine sites. Hopefully, with
Okay,
this
ready,
phase
B?
being put into place, Colorado will soon find a new normal again. Back on CSU's campus, 2 organizations are partnering up to help students save money. Rams Against Hunger is a Colorado State University organized group that helps with students, faculty, and staff around campus that are dealing with food insecurity. They have different programs for everyone, including a food pantry, a meal swipe program, pocket pantry, and an in-person assistance with federal aid eligibility.
Take it.
This year's Rams Against Hunger and CSU's Parking Transportation Services have
Okay,
partnered
so
together
back to her
and are
quick
offering
out,
to
and
lower
then we'll send
parking
it back to you
citations by
afterwards.
$20 if you contribute just $10 to Rams Against
Coming
Hunger.
back to her
This
in
will last
5,
until May 14th and can
4,
only be done once per
3,
citation
2,
ticket.
1.
The
Coming
two
back to her.
organizations
3.
have partnered up in the years past
ready,
and will
2.
continue to support each other's causes. Back to you guys.
Ticket.
Thanks,
Okay, ready,
Sarah.
A?
Don't go anywhere, Rams,
Okay, we
because
only
Aunt
have-
Hailey is
or
up
ready
after the
B,
break to give you
or
a
ready
weekly
4,
weather
sorry.
report. Stay tuned.
Well, ready 4.
Oh.
Okay, just ready.
You said virus.
There are 16 million children
No, I think
struggling
it's
with
on, sorry.
hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters,
Sorry.
sons, neighbors, and classmates
Ready?
who don't know where their next meal is
Yeah,
coming
turn
from.
it on. We
Yet
can-
billions
set up
of
the
pounds of
second
good food go to
Sorry, I
waste
should have
every
looked and
year.
see it was-
It's time we do something about it.
Okay,
Feeding
we
America is a
have
nationwide
13
network of
seconds.
food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need.
Sorry, that's
Visit
my bad.
feedingamerica.org
So
to
did
help
I.
them feed
Okay,
even more.
5 until the
Together
button.
we can
4,
solve hunger.
3,
Together we're
2,
feeding America.
1. Or don't take it. Okay, ready? Ready this?
I did.
Click. We'll just click on it and then ready B. Take it. Ready? And me 1. And then don't take it. Just let it fade.
Okay.
Okay, coming back in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back from the break, Rams. I'm
Okay,
Sarah
then you
Hyde,
have
and let's
B
get right
ready?
into our weather forecast for tonight. So you can see our current conditions in Fort Collins are at 36 degrees, and it's a very cloudy night. And we actually can expect a few flurries or snow showers to be possible throughout the night, but it should just be a little sprinkling of snow. And the sunset is at 7:30, so perfect timing right after the show. You can go check it out if you want to. And now
Okay,
we can
take
check
it.
out what our conditions look like on campus
Okay,
today.
and then you won't
you can
take
see
this,
this was
so I'll
before
just
the
wait out
rain
the
hit,
next
of
thing.
course,
Okay.
but it was a beautiful day. The grass is starting to get greener, and we also had the flowers starting to bloom on the plaza. Spring seems to have sprung. It's very nice outside. We've got lots of students outside enjoying the weather as well. This guy's playing guitar. We had the commencement going on in the Oval too, so there was lots of students walking around with their grad caps.
Okay,
It
she
was a
has
beautiful
2,
day to walk the Oval.
1.
and for them to
Coming
graduate,
back to
so that's
her
pretty
now.
awesome. And now we have tonight's lows. You can see I've highlighted some of these areas in red because we do
And
have a
up
red
next
flag
we
warning
need,
issued by the National
hat.
Weather Service because
So
there
just
is a
listen
chance of fire
for
spread in
what
these
you
areas. This is caused by low relative humidity combined with
Yeah.
very high temperatures and high
Yeah.
wind gusts. So all of these areas highlighted in red do have a chance of very quick fire spread. But we're going to have the hottest temperatures down here tonight as well. We've got Lamar at 38, Pueblo at 36, Colorado Springs at 34. And as we go over into the eastern side, we stay in the 30s as well. Moving into the mountains, it's a little bit colder. We've got Gunnison and Alamosa at 21, Telluride at 22, Grand Junction a little warmer at 34. And now we can look at tomorrow's highs. So tomorrow's looking warmer than it was today. We don't have any rain to worry about. But we stay with a little bit of variation across the state. We've got really warm temperature down here at Pueblo at 71, but we also have some colder temperatures up in the higher elevation areas. We've got Vail at 48, Telluride at 45, and then throughout the rest of the state we stay in the 50s and 60s. So we've got Grand Junction at 68, Craig in the 50s as well, along with Lyman and Burlington in the 50s, and then Sterling and Lamar in the 60s. But of course, I know you're wondering about Fort Collins, so let's get into tomorrow's forecast. You can see we've got a high of 64 and a low of 37. And it's going to be a partly cloudy day tomorrow. But you can see here we've got wind gusts up to 40 miles per hour. It's going to be windy tomorrow. Hold on to your papers. And we do have good air quality though, so at least when the wind is hitting you in the face, at least it's good air quality. And lastly, we can look at our 5-day forecast. So you can see on Thursday we warm up a little bit with a high of 70. Friday it cools down a little bit with a high of 61. And then we get a beautiful, nice day on Saturday. High of 72, low of 38, cools down a little bit on Sunday.
When we take the break, we'll have 30
And that's all I have
seconds
for you
to
for the
get set up
weather.
again,
And this is
but-
actually the last time that you'll be seeing me on weather for the semester. But it's been a pleasure telling you about it. We've got Robbie and Ren with more news after the break, but I kind of want to do like a mic drop. I don't have a mic though, but you know what I'm going to do with this. Peace out, Rams.
Okay, take it.
Cleveland's just my
Oh,
everyday.
ready? Actually, ready
His
now?
smile,
Ready?
his eyes, his knowledge. My
Ready?
landlord, he decided
Yeah,
that he
what's your-
wanted
sorry,
me to
I-
move based on the fact that I was transgender.
Okay, so we actually also have the news bump. So we have 12 seconds.
And
Also,
this fades.
take a minute and a
Yeah.
half off your
Let's just
screen time.
respect
That's your
people
actual time.
in
Okay.
everyday life, but
Yeah,
just
it'll just
being
fade into the next
human.
one. And then that will fade into camera 2 once you're ready. Okay, we have the bumps. We have 9 seconds ready to. Okay, tell me to look at them in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to camera 2.
Welcome back from the break, Rams.
Okay, ready? 1. Take.
The Fort Collins
Ready,
municipal election takes place today. One of the issues on the ballot is a zoning project to potentially turn the old land Hughes Stadium stood on into a housing project. The expected size of the zone would permit 550 new houses, but some residents in Fort Collins oppose the construction and believe the area should be preserved as an open space instead.
Okay, take
In a previous city council vote to rezone the land for development, the project failed last June in a tie. This prompted the Colorado State University system to invoke a clause that would allow Leonard to build
Okay,
without
well,
needing permission from local
yeah, we'll get that.
offices.
Okay,
In
so we'll
response,
probably
those
have
who
to come out
oppose
of
the
this a little
development
early,
have placed
but
an
I'll let you know
initiation
when.
on the ballot requiring
And you'll
Fort
just
Collins
take
to
it when
make
I
an
just
effort to
review
purchase
it.
the property from CSU Systems and attempt to rezone the area fully as an open space. Now,
Okay, take it
there's
back
no
to her.
word whether Colorado State University would accept any offer
ready,
made
three?
from the city or not.
Take it.
Speaking of
Okay.
elections, April 1st marked
Ready,
the end
Pete?
of the ASCSU Senate and presidential campaigns,
This is a
and next
package?
year's executive team
No,
has
or
been
yeah, sorry.
announced.
I said, take
The
it.
4-week-long
Sorry, I was
2021
looking at that, my
ASCSU
bad.
election cycle has come to an end. Almost 14%
Yeah,
of the
there's-
student body, which tallies
Yeah,
up to a
there's
little over
a
4,000
minute
students
15
voted
of
in
this
the
package.
election. Once voting concluded, the results
So
came
after
shortly
this, Robbie has
after.
his
Kyle
out,
Hill
we go
was
through
voted
that
the
on the one,
51st Speaker
then
of the
it's Robbie
Senate for
again,
ASCSU.
And
It is
then
an
when it
honor
goes back to when we're in
to serve
talking
as
about
your
the
next
tiny
Speaker of
house,
the
that's
Senate,
when we
and I want to
get,
make sure that every student has an equal
like,
voice on
as
this
soon as we're
campus.
done with Robbie,
We are
and
going
we
to
get back
make
to run on the tiny house,
ASCSU
then
more
we-
accessible. We are going to make it more
Yeah.
inclusive, and we are going to treat
Yeah, I can see
everyone
it now.
with diverse and dignity.
After a competitive and engaging
Diverse,
presidential
we
race,
treat everyone
Christian
with
Dixon
diverse.
and Mary Gabor Stanek were voted the next president and vice
there's
president
40
of
seconds.
ASCSU.
This victory is not just for Mary and I, it is for everyone who believed in this vision. Right, who believed in this vision of love and respect and dignity for our campus, where every person and every story can be known. And I want you to know that you're a part of that vision. After the storm of this pandemic has passed, there's going to be some damage. Right, there's going to be an opportunity for us
Okay,
to
there's 20
rebuild
seconds.
what we know as the community of CSU. And our invitation is that you would join us.
Huh?
Dixon
Yeah,
and
we'll
Gabor
be coming back
Stanek
to
promised to
Robbie on
open the
things.
gates
Cool.
of student government and allow all students' voices to be
10
heard through their
seconds.
values of
Coming to
radical
camera three.
inclusion, transparency, and stewardship.
Coming to
We're
three,
just so
and
grateful.
five,
We're so thankful for
4,
everything.
Is it fade?
We're ready to
yeah,
start
okay,
the work,
2,
and we can't
1.
wait to have you in it.
Every candidate
Okay,
put hard work
ready,
and
camera one.
dedication into shaping what the CSU community is. Congratulations once again to all the winners of the 2021 ASCSU election cycle.
Take 1. Ready, A.
COVID-19, the
Is the
pandemic,
task
and the
force
quarantine have impacted everyone. But as it seems to wind down, we take a look at one group at Colorado State University who is present throughout the coronavirus.
Take it.
One group.
Okay, we have about a minute.
Who's been working around the clock during a global pandemic in an effort to keep students motivated to practice healthy behaviors.
Yeah, the social learning
Wait,
campaign
watch
is
the
really
video.
about correcting misperceptions about attitudes and values and
Make sure that Zaya gave
around
the mic to Ellison.
The social norming task force
They
at
probably
CSU
did,
is
but
taking
I'm
a unique
stressed.
approach in
Okay, we have 40
hopes
seconds.
to correct the misperceptions students may have about COVID-19.
So I just watched the DVR on this because it might get louder and quieter.
responsible for is putting signs just like this one all across Colorado State University's campus.
But as the semester draws to a close, how will the task force continue its work, or will it evolve into something entirely new?
So we are now currently in conversations about
Okay,
what
there's
does
less than
it
20
look like
seconds.
for us this upcoming summer, knowing that public health guidance may change, and what does it
Okay,
look
we'll
like
come back
for
to
us in
one.
the fall?
All students at
10
CSU need to do
seconds.
see the work of the social norming task
Coming back to
force as
one
look
in
and all around is
5,
evidence of the hard
4,
work students and staff here
3,
at CSU did to
2,
keep Rams healthy
1. Coming
and
back
safe.
to 1. Ready, camera
Both
3.
Giles and Donovan are unsure of what the social norming task force will transform into once the fall semester rolls around, but they are both sure they still want to make an impact here at CSU.
Take 3.
Spring break is only a couple days away, Rams. Sadly, students won't be returning to campus following the break, so it's time to move out of residence halls.
Okay, take it.
CSU Housing
Okay,
has
after
outlined some
Robbie's done
important
here,
procedure
this
steps
one
to
you
be
can
mindful
camera,
of
but
when moving
we'll
out.
be coming back to him
Make
after
sure
this,
to
though.
remove all non-university property from the room, return university
there's
property
10
to its
seconds.
appropriate location, clean the room including all possible markings on the wall, report any damages found in the room to HDS facilities, and be
coming back
sure to
to
change mailing address once the move-out process is
2,
complete.
1.
The bookstore is
We'll be
also
back to-
allowing
yep.
students to sell back their
Okay, ready,
books.
1.
If students wish to do this, they can do so from till April 9th and again between May 10th throughout the 14th.
Okay, take 1.
Students at Colorado State
Okay,
University
yeah,
are
we-
banding together to build something bigger, or maybe smaller than them. Spring 2020 looked different this year than usual,
Sorry, I
and
missed that.
24
Ready,
students
8.
from 8 different majors
Take
teamed
it.
up to design and
You might
construct
want
a
to
tiny
put it
house.
early. That was my bad.
The building of the house took place outside the Nancy Richardson Design Center. The project and those involved hope to raise awareness around alternative, affordable, and
Okay, take us back,
sustainable
Trevor.
housing to help those experiencing housing insecurity
Ready,
and
3.
homelessness. You know, I would really like to believe that I could live in a tiny house,
Ready,
but
2,
I
yeah.
really just don't think that the minimalistic style is for
Take it to-
me.
yeah.
But I don't know about you,
Ready,
Robbie.
3.
I personally would agree. I would love to live in a tiny house secluded in the middle of the woods. However, I do not think I'd be able to last very long.
Yeah, no,
So
I'm
ready,
a little
3.
too dependent on technology, honestly.
Tell me about it. Speaking of technology, you all know that app TikTok? Well, Sophia Ridley is with us live in the studio to talk
Go
about
back,
how a
go back.
TikTok influencer is
Go
using
back
the
up.
platform for good.
Go back up. Go back up.
Social media app TikTok has exploded over the last
Okay,
couple
follow
of
her.
years. As it's grown, people have
Ready,
used
B.
their platforms for many different things. One creator, Aaron Murphy, has used his platform to raise money and start a nonprofit that helps provide food, shelter, and work to people from all over South America.
Okay, take it.
Building a following on social media is
Okay.
extremely difficult, and it takes
There's
time to
something wrong
create a
with
solid
this. It says it's
platform.
11 minutes,
Murphy
so I know
explains
that's
how
not
he
right.
started out on
So if
YouTube,
it
but quickly
goes to
learned that
black, then
TikTok
you'll
has a
just have to
vast
take it. I'll
reach.
let you know.
One thing I was doing was going through the throats, just like the trails that'll sneak you into another country. And I just kind of like documented it, and then the next day that one had 400,000 views.
Okay, she said it
And
was
so I
about
was
a
like,
minute
okay,
20.
cool, I'm gonna kind of focus on this. And then the video after that was, I woke up the next day and it had 1 million views. So it was pretty quick.
Murphy has over 1.2 million followers and regularly posts how their
Okay,
donations
anyway, we'll
have
come back
changed
to her
people's
on
lives.
3,
His
and
most
then after
recent
that, we'll go
video
back to
shows how
Steve,
his
but-
followers provided supplies and other
What does
necessities to an indigenous tribe in Venezuela.
So
11:50
minus village.
10:30.
Yeah, just watch it.
Although Murphy has already changed thousands of people's lives, he isn't finished.
Like, this is my main passion. I love doing it, you know. My goal is to do videos in every single Latin country and then expand from there. So I have a couple of years to go.
He said, quote, "My hope is that the people who've watched these videos would remember to feel gratitude for all that they have and learn how they can help literally change the lives of less fortunate human beings." End quote.
Take it.
If
Okay,
you're
ready
interested
to-
in donating or even checking out some of his stories, visit MurphsLifeFoundation.com.
Okay, take 2. Okay, they're gonna chat
Well,
a little
Rams,
bit. Ready
that's all
for?
the news we have for you tonight.
It has been a pleasure sharing the news with you this semester, but don't go anywhere because Ellison Hubbard is up next with his final show here at CTV.
Okay, take the jib. Okay, ready? 8. Take it.
I forgot. I messed with the iris on Jib Cam.
Dad?
I never fixed it.
Just 1 minute, okay?
Okay, ready? B, the bump.
Hey Lulu,
Okay,
do
get him up there real
trees
quick.
turn to the
Change the
stories?
background for us.
Sorry, I totally forgot. I had to put
I'm
the
afraid I
music
don't
on.
know that.
Hey.
Not a good save though, you got it.
Are we
Okay.
using Jib Cam anymore?
No, that was the last one. I should have just cut Jib, but oh well. Okay, so there's 30 seconds until the
Do
bump.
clouds take naps? I couldn't tell you. Can birds draw pictures? I don't have an answer for that. Dad?
Okay,
Does
there's
Jarvis
10
have
seconds
friends?
until the bump. Okay, in 4, 3, 2, 1, here's the bump. Okay, we have 9 seconds. We'll come to camera 3 in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and we'll fade out to him.
How's it going, Ram fans?
Okay,
Welcome
ready,
back
Nate?
from the break into what is the final regularly scheduled night of Hubbard's Huddle this semester. I'm your host, as always, Ellison Hubbard, here to get you caught up on everything going on in the world of athletics. Tonight, we'll jump into what seems like a weekly occurrence for Tuesday nights. Some more CSU track and field action before getting caught up on the finale of the March Madness tournament. And of course, how can I forget about my top highlight play of the week to close out what very well might be the final Hubbard's Huddle. So let's break the huddle and get into some more shattered records on the track. Last Saturday, the Rams had their first home meet of their outdoor slate on nearby Jack Christensen track. And like CSU faithful have grown accustomed to as of late, 2 more school records were put into the record books throughout what was a dominant team effort from these Colorado State athletes all around.
Okay, take it.
And man, with the effort these Rams put out, it was a long afternoon for the meets visiting schools, with teams like CU, UNC, Colorado School Mines, and Wyoming at a complete loss when going against the home squad, collecting 13 first place finishes in 13 different events. Not to mention that most of these first place finishes made history, catapulting these Rams winners all the way into the program's top 20 for the respective events.
Okay, take it.
As we look at the records broken, Lauren Gale competed in the 400-meter race, finishing in first, shattering her own personal record, and more importantly, the CSU's all-time mark by 0.52 seconds, with a drop from 52.76 seconds to 52.24 seconds. And as we jump into triple jump, sophomore alum Bouchara, who has been the talk of Hubbard's Huddle for weeks, has now broken 2 records. That's right, 2 all-time marks, all as only the second-year student athlete. Bouchard previously made history earlier in the semester with the indoor record for triple jump at Colorado State. And he can now say he surpassed the marks indoors and outdoors, finishing with a historic leap of 51 feet and 1.5 inches.
Okay, onward back to him.
And to end things off, let's take a look at one more outdoor CSU record breaker. This time is senior grad student Eric Cameron, who competed last Friday at the Sound Running College Invite down in Cali. The longtime Fort Collins vet competed in the 10K meter race and finished first with a time of 28 minutes and 8 seconds, dethroning the previous champion in the event and former teammate Jarrell Mock by 2.85 seconds. Wow.
Okay,
what a successful weekend for the Rams. And as the weeks go on, the pressure will continue to rise, with Coach Bedard continuing to push his squad towards even more all-time performances.
Okay, put up the background.
And now, slamming our way into the final finale of the March Madness, last Tuesday I predicted that Michigan would win it all. Man, was I wrong. But hey, the sadness I felt was short-lived as the 2021 Men's Hoops National Championship finally arrived, putting the undefeated Gonzaga Bulldogs against the Baylor Bears. And like the whole tournament, things don't go according to plan.
Okay, take it.
And what essentially was a blowout, the Baylor Bears surely earned their spot in history, winning 86-7, erasing Gonzaga's chance at a perfect season and dropping them to 31-1. With the dub, Baylor and head coach Scott Drew brought home the program's first national title in school history. So how did the Bears beat the Zags? Well, let's take a look at the stats. The Bulldogs went 25 for 49 from field goal range, finishing with a better field goal percentage of 51%. But that didn't tell the entire story. Gonzaga just couldn't get it going from beyond the arc when they needed it most, finishing a lowly 5 of 17. And as the three-point nightmare showed, the team from Waco, Texas dominated the night, never trailing what was a dominant victory. In the end, Coach Drew's squad had the passion and the heart to win, and that took place in both their defense and their offense. And ESPN's Stephen A. Smith agrees, saying, quote, Baylor is dominating both ends around the basket, and the guards are destroying Gonzaga, end quote. Now that Baylor basks in the glory of what is their first ever title, the 2020 to 2021 college basketball season has finally reached its conclusion. This was definitely one wild tournament bracket and a super memorable March Madness. And now, Rams, it's finally time for my final top highlight play of the semester. The big dance is said and done, and to make the ending even more special, I have this insane buzzer beater 3 by Gonzaga's Jalen Suggs to close things out. Take a look.
Okay, take it.
Jalen Suggs gets the inbound, he's running, time running down, throws up the 3, banks it in, and he wins the Final Four matchup against UCLA. Look at this bank. Did he call bank? I think he called bank. He hits it in, and he runs to the table like D-Wade and Kobe did. That was his dream. He fulfilled his dream. Instant classic. What a history moment right there as #1 Gonzaga beat UCLA. And like the news I just gave to you not too long ago, they did not win in the championship against the Bears in a very sad loss. But that's all I have for you tonight, Ram fans. Thank you so much for hanging out with me throughout my time here at CTV. and I can't wait to see what the future holds. But don't go away just yet. Tygo Branson is up next for his final entertainment special of the spring. This is Ellison Hubbard, signing off.
Okay, take the break.
It
Ready,
takes less
A.
than 1 minute to find out if you may have prediabetes.
Yeah, what's
On blue, I guess. Is that what you want?
Why are they all?
I know.
I know.
Show coming back in
Oh,
48
okay.
seconds. So let's do
There's
this
like
now.
40-ish seconds. Are we gonna have time? Because
Women, 0.
you said a minute.
So cut off a minute and a half, and that's your exercise. So
Okay.
you just hit 24 minutes.
2 over
Okay.
50. 1 over 40.
Why does it do that?
If you're not sure, keep in mind you're sitting on a
What
couch
was that?
right now. So
I'm doing it.
One more finger if you're not very active.
Okay.
1 finger if
Yeah.
yes,
Yeah.
0 if no.
Yeah, we could go with 2.
1 yes,
Okay.
0 no.
Okay,
Next,
camera-
find the
or-
body type that looks
there's
most like you and hold up
17
that
seconds.
many
We'll be
fingers
on camera
while I
2
look
for-
around awkwardly.
After the bump?
Yeah.
It's camera 2? Okay.
And that's it. If you're
what-
holding up
what
5
mic is
fingers
he
or
on?
more,
There's
you
3.
probably have prediabetes.
Yeah, he's good.
He's
There's
good.
Sorry to be so
4,
blunt, but hey,
3,
you're busy.
2.
Just go to
Yeah, to the bump. Okay, ready, 2. Okay, coming in 2. 1, coming to camera 2.
Good evening, Fort Collins. I
Good
hope
evening.
you're having a killer week and welcome to entertainment. I'm Tygo Branson. Fort Collins is home to Extra Arts and Drafts. This neat little tavern lets people get creative with arts and crafts while also serving a variety of beverages.
Take it.
From jewelry making to wood burning, this place has it all for every skill level as well. While you're welcome to walk in, it is recommended that you make a
Sorry,
reservation.
top down.
Sounds like a good
Ready,
time.
A.
And for the time you don't want to spend indoors, paddle boarding and boating season are here, and and with that comes some dangers. One of the biggest problems is that Satanka Bay is that the paddle boarders and boaters enter around the same spot.
Take it.
The Larimer County Natural Resources has a plan.
Why
They
didn't you
stated
roll
that,
it?
quote, the
I don't know.
LCDNR
I
is
think it said
designating
camera
Satanka Bay,
on the-
the northern
Yeah,
cove
so-
at
Okay, we're gonna be
Horses
back. 3,
Reservoir,
2,
as a weightless paddle
1.
craft only zone.
Okay,
End
ready,
quote.
B.
It will be split into the
The
west
package
and
coming up
east
next.
side. The west side is closed to motor vehicles, but the east side will be open for boat docking. Speaking of water sports, the Rocky Mountain Adventures used to have quite the little helper.
Okay, take it.
When you think of retail shop or rafting, you
It
don't quite
is a
think
minute
pigeons.
20.
Well, Rocky Mountain Adventures has been changing that for over 2 decades with their Pigeon Express.
I don't know.
1995 was kind of the first flight. They're really looking for a way to get film down so they can process it and actually have pictures available for customers when they got off the river.
Okay.
And it was just a timing thing that was really challenging. So they came up with the idea to utilize
4 minutes for 2
humping
packages.
pigeons.
Well,
Or 2.
yeah, because
As
we have.
time moves forward,
have like
so
50
does
seconds
technology.
of this left.
These little friends find a new purpose.
Over the years, it's kind of changed how they
So we're at-
incorporate into Rocky Mountain
What
Adventures.
was that?
We're the third
Okay.
owner of Rocky Mountain Adventures. We're really excited to keep them a part of the company. They're not going to be carrying,
guess
now we're
very
digital, not going to be
short.
carrying pictures back or film back anymore. But we are
Just
using
let him
them as
know
kind
that
of
he
an
might,
educational
like,
piece
don't
and kind
talk
of nod
fast,
to
but
the
let him know that we're
historical
running out of
portion
time.
of our
So
business.
just,
Though it may
like,
not be the
keep it
original
kind of-
purpose, they still get to interact with the guests.
On a daily basis, we do bring them out and engage our guests just with folks that are here to shop. That's kind of how they're used right now.
Rocky Mountain Adventures
2.5 minutes
has
left.
some interesting plans
Okay.
for the pigeons' futures.
Eventually down the road,
So we have like 2
would
minutes
like
left?
to
Is that what you're saying? There's 10
incorporate
seconds?
into where the groups
Okay.
could write a little note, and then it would be kind of a
Okay,
pigeon
coming
delivered
back in
message
5,
back, and it'd be kind of a
4,
fun thing for
3,
some of the younger
2,
groups.
1.
Here they have pigeons coming back, and I can barely get my dog to sit. Pigeons are not the only thing Fort Collins has
Everybody
going for it either. Fort Collins has received the Clean Air Champion
2 minutes.
Award
Okay.
for the winter of 2020. The award comes from the Regional Air Quality Council.
Okay, take
The
it.
award is $500 donated to the nonprofit of the winner's choice, which was Meals on Wheels for Fort Collins.
Okay, this is coming
And the
back to
award
the
is
2.
only given out
What?
twice a year. Congrats, Fort Collins, and thanks for the
Ready?
clean air. It is
Okay,
no
this is his
wonder
last story.
Fort Collins has such clean air, as it ranks in the top
And then
10
Tom's not
cities
out.
for e-bike usage. Fort Collins trailed behind
Is it
Boulder
a
in the
7-minute
ranking.
package?
It was based on a 5-point
No, it's
scale,
7 seconds.
based on
Oh.
ridership, safety,
Woo.
network, and reach and acceleration.
Okay, we're coming back
And
to you,
Boulder
sorry,
led with
that
a
was my bad.
3.4, while Fort Collins followed with a 3.2.
Okay, ready and
And just
coordinate.
like that, we went from
Do I
number
just take
1
that or
to
fade?
number 2.
Right click on
Yeah,
it.
I still love you,
Real
Fort
quick.
Collins. That's all I have for
Real
tonight.
quick.
Thanks for tuning in for my
Duration.
last show.
Just do 30
and
seconds.
have a good night.
Okay.
We'll meet
Wait.
again. Don't know where, don't know when, but I know
Ready? Black.
we'll
Just
meet
ready.
again
I'm keeping it, I'm
some
sorry.
sunny day.
Okay. Yes! That was so funny.
That was flawless.